Hey team, Major Foe here, Operation Cerberus. Commonwealth and France turns 6.5 and 6.6, January 1939. Okay, a little bit of housekeeping. I think the Soviets missed the Republican Spain roll. I think that's a 3. It does hit, so I'll leave that to Derspert to figure out what he wants to put down there. And then I believe he missed his Mongolia roll again too. And that's a 9, so that misses. So looking over here, he has no militia. Yeah, I don't know. Up to you, boss. I did succeed on a 3 there for you. Okay, on to the UK turn. UK has 2 tech rolls. Try and get this radar to stage 2 before next turn when things have to move up. We're at stage 2 with improved construction, stage 2 with anti-sub warfare, so we're going to go for improved factories this turn. So let's try this radar. We need a 6 or above. That's a 7, that'll do it. Okay, so radar is now at stage 2. And improved factories, going for stage 1, 7 or above. That's an 8, so that succeeds. Okay, that's not too bad. Ah, that was the French. Dang it. I already rolled it. I was going to go for long range aircraft for the British. Obviously, France is already at level 2 with that one, so my apologies. I will carry on with that. Um, France will go for improved factories as well now that the British are at stage 1. Can't win. Okay, $16 for the UK. They have 2, 4, 6 for 2 militia upgrades and a militia. That brings them to 10. Cavalry and infantry, $3 a piece, that's 6. And another AAA gun for 4, that's $10. Okay, FEC has $8. They're going to start a fortification for 5. And an infantry, that is $8. ANZAC's going to buy one more seaplane for $7. We'll finalize that. Okay. Non-combat movement. There's no non-combat up there. Um, Camera skills haven't changed. We're going to move an infantry from Sudan to Nubia. We're going to move that cavalry from Sudan to Nubia. We're going to rail the infantry and the AA gun from Cape Town now that we have rail connecting and we're allowed 2 rail movements in Africa to Lower Egypt. The seaplane in Cape Town, +1 movement from the airfield, will move into A54, A52, A50, A48, A46, A44, and land in Gibraltar. That's 7 movements. So 6 for the seaplane, +1 for the airfield. We have strategic naval movement of 3 because we own the other bonus for the UK. So it'll move the transport that's in port in Aden will move 1 to I-7, 2 to I-12, 3 to I-11. Grab the Gurkha and the infantry out of Burma. 4 into I-12 and 5 into P-50, and then that'll go into port. So now there's 2 Gurkhas and 5 infantry. That transport's also in port and the artillery. Okay, over here in Northern Territory, the ANZAC seaplane will move 1 to P63, 2 to P60, 3 to P59, 4 to P50, and 5 into British Malaya. Okay, no other changes here. That motorized move from Queensland into Northern Territory. And I believe that is all of the movements for non-combat for the British. Yeah, we don't own anything else. Okay, on to placing units. pretty easy. The seaplane goes in Sydney. The infantry goes in Calcutta. The cavalry goes in Cape Town. One militia upgrade will go to Cape Town. The other militia upgrade and militia, whoops, will go to Lower Egypt. And then we have an infantry and a AAA gun. Those are going into London. Okay, so quick recap of the units for the Commonwealth. There's a militia in Ottawa. There is a torpedo boat destroyer and 2 destroyers, a light carrier, and a fighter in A20. There's 2 militia and an infantry in Northern England. There's the Mountain Brigade in Scotland. There's a motorized, 3 infantry, 2 AA guns, transport plane, and an airborne in London. There's 2 subs in A23. The first fleet in A23 consists of a battleship, a coastal defense ship, a battle cruiser, 3 heavy cruisers, 1 light cruiser, 2 torpedo boat destroyers, and 5 transports, 3 British and 2 French. I'll get on to the French movements in a second, but that will conclude that. Those transports will all go into port. I will get a port marker. I realize I'm moving the French ones at the same time, but in the first fleet, the ships are all in A23 and the transports are in port in London. Okay, down in Gibraltar, we have 2 infantry, a militia, a seaplane, a medium bomber, 2 coastal artillery. In A48, we have a light carrier, a tactical bomber, 2 destroyers, and a French sub. There's also a French sub in A20. Militia in Western Egypt, a militia, 4 infantry, and an AA gun in Western Egypt. No, that's Lower Egypt, sorry. So Western Egypt has a militia, Lower Egypt has 4 infantry and a militia. And a AAA gun. Nubia has 2 cavalry and an infantry. Okay, Aden has an infantry and a militia. Cape Town has an infantry and a cavalry. Over in Calcutta, we have 4 infantry and an AA gun. Burma has a militia. Malaya has 2 coastal artillery, a transport in port, a seaplane, and artillery, 5 infantry, and 2 Gurkha. Sydney has a seaplane, an infantry, and a AAA gun. Northern Territories has a motorized, and there's 2 militia in New Zealand, one in north, one in south. Okay, I'm pretty sure that's all the units. Oh wait, there's a coastal sub over here in P34, and there is a fortification on stage 2 of the build chart. All right, that's the unit recap for the UK. So they're back at 16, 7, and 5. 16, 7, and 5. And I can't count because that's how that works. Okay, I believe that concludes the British turn, Commonwealth turn. On to France. France was going to go for improved factories. The British were going to go for long-range aircraft. But as I rolled it incorrectly, we'll just carry on. The British need a correction. The French need a 7 or above. That is a 7. So France tech program is doing okay. Okay, so quick tech chart review. Radar, anti-submarine warfare at stage 2. And improved construction at stage 2 for the British, and improved factories at stage 1. France has improved factories at stage 1 and long-range aircraft at stage 2. Over here to purchases, France has $10. They're going to buy 3 militia and a AAA gun. Okay, on the movements, there's not a whole lot that they have here. So the Mountain Brigade and the Foreign Legion are going to move to Alsace-Lorraine. The infantry in Aquitaine is going to move into Paris. The infantry in Normandy is going to move into Paris. A tank destroyer from Paris will move to Picardy. A tank destroyer from Paris will move. Ooh, we're going to get crazy here. Let me just sort this out a bit. Yeah, I'll move them both into Picardy. And I'll put that artillery in Alsace-Lorraine. We're leaving Paris pretty thin, but the forces are building. Okay, and there's no movements there for the French navies. Okay, we'll go to place units. This could be a absolute terrible day. AA guns going into Paris, a militia into Normandy, a militia into Aquitaine, and a militia into Picardy. So, quick recap of the French units. France has 2 transports in port in London. I don't know if they can go in port because yeah, they might not be in port yet. I believe they can, but if they can't, then they're in the sea zone. There's a bomber in Saint Pierre Miquelon. There's 2 battleships, a light cruiser, 3 destroyers, and a torpedo boat destroyer in A6. Normandy has a militia, Aquitaine has a militia, Southern France has a militia. Alsace-Lorraine has 4 infantry, a mountain brigade, a foreign legion, and a French artillery. Picardy has 6 infantry, 2 motorized, an AA gun, 2 tank destroyers, and a militia. Paris has a fighter, 6 infantry, and a AAA gun. Further down, there's a French sub in A48, and I did forget to talk about these ones. There's 2 French subs in M8. There's 2 British battleships, 2 heavy cruisers, 2 light cruisers, 4 destroyers, a light carrier, a fighter, and a transport um, in M8. Okay, I think that's it. Yeah, I see the writing on the wall here coming quickly. France is still at $10, so I forgot to take that off, but they collect $10. All right, that will conclude the UK, Commonwealth, and France's turn. Thanks again for watching.